With an urban population of 22 million people and wider administrative area the size of Austria, this is the biggest city that you've never heard of, Chongqing. These are my first impressions from my recent short trip. One of the 4 megacities directly administered by the Chinese central government, Chongqing sits in a mountainous region in the southwest on the Yangtze River. It used to be considered part of Sichuan province, which is reflected in its food. But now it's effectively its own province. Its wider administrative region is absolutely enormous. As a person visiting it, the best way to describe it has to be absolutely mental. Crazy busy, hot and high energy. You need to be fit simply to traverse the city, as everything is on the mountain. Getting to the next street might require a hike up a flight of stairs. If you don't fancy that, their transport system is quite an experience. The SkyTrain winds its way around mountains and between skyscrapers. You can get across the river by the aerial tramway. My visit was a veritable trip through time, starting with the Huguang Assembly Hall, a Qing Dynasty building built by immigrants into Sichuan province. Then to Hongyadong or Hongya Cave, one of the ancient gates to the city, now renovated into a spectacular tourist spot, particularly at night, hosting 11 floors of shops and restaurants. Here's a picture I nicked from Pixabay because I forgot to take a shot from the outside. Oops. Anyway, there are plenty of treasures to find inside, like this exhibition of 1980s China. It's nice to know that it's not just the West that has this borderline irrational nostalgia for the 80s, even if they were, of course, very different. Apparently, the 80s in China was typified by high fashion and newly discovered consumer culture, being in that post-cultural revolution era where China was going through their version of the 1950s. This singer, Teresa Tung, is so famous that I've actually heard of her. Now, as I was filming this, a security guard decided it was very important that I had my picture taken with one of the exhibits. Not just one, as you'll see. Obviously, as I was the model, I couldn't take any video, so now I will give you my rendition of what the security guard did as he took the pictures. I promise I'm not making this up. 漂亮,漂亮,漂亮,漂亮,漂亮,漂亮,漂亮. Slightly frightened, I thanked him and promptly escaped into the dazzling walking street. I feel like I've just touched the surface of this mad place. I can't wait to go back.